Cool. So our objective for today, and we jumped a bunch of lessons. So the last one we did was 7, and now we're on lesson 10. Okay, because the ones after I just didn't feel like were super necessary. So we're just kind of bouncing along. Okay. So the objective is to use the addition of adjacent angle measures to solve problems using a symbol for the unknown angle measure. Wow, that's a bunch of hoogie-woogie, right? You don't really know what that means yet, and that's okay. We will get there. So, let's say that I had an angle, and as soon as I draw this, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember that, okay? But first of all, okay, what angle does this degree, what angle measure is this?
180.
180, good. Okay. So, let's say I know what this angle is, okay? We're going to say it's 30 degrees, okay? I'm going to teach you a vocab word. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, it was in our objective. So, adjacent, okay? Adjacent means directly next to, okay? So, like right now, Avery is adjacent to Charlie, right? Haley is adjacent to Austin. Dylan is adjacent to Logan, right? Everybody got that? So, directly next to. So, the adjacent angle for this figure is this angle right here, okay? Do we know the measure of that angle yet? No. So, we're going to call it x, okay? X degrees, okay? So, that is a symbol that we can use for the unknown measure, okay? So, as you guys, as you keep going with your schooling and things like that, you guys are going to use letters to mark something that you don't know, okay? So a lot of times they use X or they'll use N, but you can really use any letter, altogether. So for example, if I had 10 plus X equals 12, okay? We don't know what X is, but we can find what X is, right? What plus 10 equals 12? Go. 2. So X equals 2, okay? So that's essentially what you're going to do today, but with angle measurements, okay? So it'll give you this figure, something like this. It'll give you one of the angle measurements, and then you'll have to find the other one, okay? Nora.
I know how to get the other angle.
Okay, not quite there yet, but I will use you to help me, okay? So what did you guys tell me that this line equal to again?
180.
180, okay? So with that being said, this is the important part, okay? Every time we have a straight line like this, okay, any angle that's laying on top of it, okay, all together has to equal 180 degrees, okay? So we know that this is 30. So, Nora, if I know that this is 30, and I know that this whole thing together has to be 180, how am I going to find X?
You do 180 minus 30.
Good, exactly. So we'll do 180 minus 30, and that will give us X, okay? Everybody got that?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a lot easier than
Yeah. So this whole thing, I'm going to do a different color, okay? Don't let this confuse you, okay? But this whole thing on top equals 180 degrees, okay? But red plus blue plus green, what does that all equal? 360, okay? So that'll come into play later. But for now, you just need to know that the top half should equal 180. All right? Everybody with me?
Yeah.
So if I wanted to find X, okay, I would subtract 30 from 180 because we know that basically you have to ask yourself, how much more do I need in order to equal 180, right? And so that's how we would find it. So I would do 180 minus 30, which y'all should be able to do this in your head, okay? But in case not, 0 minus 0 is 0. 8 minus 3 is 5. 1 minus 0 is 1. So X equals what, friends?
150 degrees.
150 degrees, okay? Good. And that's pretty much it. It's gonna get a little more complicated, but that's like the bare bones of it, okay? So, Adler and Kendall. What do you mean?
I know what you're saying. Like, can I show you?
So so I'm going to interject. That might be the case, but anytime there's a line, it's 180. Like, there will never be a line that's not 180.
Yeah, but like, if it's another angle, basically, with another angle.
Yeah. We haven't gotten there yet. Okay? That's a lot more complex than what we're doing today. Okay? So don't worry about that. Kendall.
On our homework, is it just going to be lines, or is it, or is it kind of going to be like patterns?
So let me get there. Okay, guys, we've only done one problem. Don't worry. Okay? We shouldn't be even thinking about homework yet. We should just be like, okay, I think I understand this. I'm ready to look at another one. Okay? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me take a quick peek at your homework to see so I don't steer you wrong, okay? But let's say that angle. Let me see what they want us to do going forward. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna put one up here, okay? And you guys are gonna talk with your elbow partner how you would solve that, okay? So what is this measure right here? 90, okay? Now let's say we had a second angle in here, okay? And it was 15 degrees. This angle right here is 15 degrees. How would you find, you're gonna talk to your elbow partner, how would you find X? Okay, ready, go, talk. Okay, give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Now, I know you guys know already how to solve it. I heard some really good answers. But I'm going to give some added information. Are you ready? Okay. Let's say this is P, Q, R, this is S. Okay? Because this will be on your homework too. So we're reaching all the way back to like last week, maybe the week before, bringing in those points. Okay? So listen carefully. Okay? Angle PQS equals 15 degrees. Okay? Everybody got that?
Yeah.
So angle PQS equals 15 degrees. So I go to where the middle point is, right? So if I'm saying Q, like PQS, this is the angle I'm talking about, right? So then we also know that angle PQR, okay, check it out. I'm gonna have you answer for me. Ready? PQR equals what? Go. 90 degrees. Good. Okay? So we have to find the measure of angle SQR. Right? Everybody with me on that? SQR. Because if you aren't sure on how to read an angle like that, then homework's going to be a little rough. Okay? So you can't really just say, oh, this angle, like you have to be specific. Okay? So does everybody see how I named those?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Nora?
I was about to say that. I can try to see how you solve it.
Okay, I'm not solving it. Okay? So and also you helped me with the last one, so I might have someone else help me with this one. Okay? But is everybody good on that?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, this is what we know. We know angle PQS is 15 degrees, angle PQR is 90 degrees, and that angle SQR equals X. Okay? Right now we know that it equals X. Alright? So to find it, okay, this whole thing, okay, angle PQR equals what? Go. 90. Okay? We know that this angle PQS is 15, So am I going to add 15 or take away? Go.
Take away.
I'm going to take 15 away from 90, and that will get me what? Yeah, it'll get me X or angle SQR. Okay? Cool. Is that what y'all said?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Did anyone happen to subtract what 90 minus 15 was? Charlie, go for it.
75.
Good. Yes. 75. Okay? So, X equals what, friends?
75.
75 what?
Degrees.
Degrees. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Avery,
Can I go get my water bottle?
quick. Okay, any questions on what we just did?
No. Not really.
Okay. I did check. Thank you for going on, Avery. I did check your homework and your problem set. You're going to do the problem set here in class. They both are just going to be the 90-degree angles and the 180. Okay? However, now I'm going to have you guys do this one with me. Okay? You are going to have some pretty funky ones. Okay? I'm going to draw a figure up here. You do not need to draw it. You're just going to help me solve. Okay? Sound good? Okay. So this is pretty much the extent of how funky it's going to get. All right? Let's see. Okay, I know that looks really crazy, but I'm getting there, okay? Got to add some more stuff to it. All right. We know that, let's call this A, B, C. This is D, E, F. Okay? Let's say this is, sorry, I'm coming up with this on the fly, so thank you for being patient. This is 65 degrees. Okay. This is, let me think, sorry. 25 degrees. And then we're gonna find this one and, well, that's actually not gonna, oh no, well, we're already there, so we're gonna just do that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna find the other two. Okay? I did this to confuse you. Okay? I know there's a lot going on, but first you're gonna work with your elbow partner on this, okay? Azul, could I maybe have you come up and work with Michael just so he has somebody to work with? And then my three in the back, you're gonna kind of talk together, okay? All right, so start by writing what you know, okay? So remember on this one, I wrote down here, like, I know this angle equals this angle equals that, this angle, you know? Does that make sense, you guys? Okay, cool. I'm gonna start you off with one though, okay? Angle ABC. What does that equal? Look at it, don't say it. Angle ABC. Look at it. Go, what is it?
180.
180. ABC, okay? 180. Okay, fill in the rest that you know and then try and solve for this one and this one, okay? I'm gonna give you like 3 minutes because it takes some time. All right, ready, go.
Okay, let's do
Let's write down what we know, okay?
Okay, what's 65?
So we already got ABC. What about A, B, and D? Okay. So you can write angle A, B. You know the different angles and
What does that mean?
yes. Okay. Okay, what's next?
What is
Remember this. The point has to go in the middle.
ABC is 180, and all we need to figure out is F.
Hey, give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Sorry, I just gave you an impossible problem on accident, okay? There's no way for you to know this, okay? So, I'm going to change it up a little bit, okay? Let's see. Oh, Miss Witt, you done did it. Okay. I know. I'm changing it because there was no way for you to solve that other one. Okay. Thank you for being patient. Hold on. Oh, no. Okay, changing it slightly. Hold on, I'm almost done. Okay. Now you're only finding one. Okay. Super easy, but you can do it. But I still want you to write down what you know. Okay. I want you to write down. Okay, I know this equals this. This equals this. Equals this. And then find the missing angle. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
This is all easy. Down here is easy. All of this is easy.
Do you have to know? No. So I did that. Okay. So not really easy, but just so you know what to look at. Okay.
No, those are not actual millions under a trillion.
So
These numbers that you're supposed to do are over a trillion. Stop.
E is the one we're trying to find.
But the other one, they're just there as a. You don't know. Because what does
You don't get contractors.
They're not a pi number.
That's missing it. So what else do we have?
That's easy. What about B, B,
Oh, when I was like 3 years old and I didn't know my number was.
F and C.
Used
What's
to
70 plus 20?
Look, watch my finger.
like
E,
number and my number. And it was like 5.
E, B, C. What does that
I
equal?
was like,
No.
I think I
What degree does that equal? E, M, C. Bingo. Okay. So this one over here is a direct match of that. Okay. It's directly down the middle. So what is this little box?
70 all the way to 20 is
What is it when you see an angle and there's a little box? What does that mean? Olivia, do you know? What does the box mean? Not quite. What does it tell you that that angle measures to?
pi or
I told you.
I'll draw it again without all the distractions.
infinity.
What does that equal? It's a right angle. What does right angle mean? Hold on. 90 degrees. So if this has a box right there, what does this equal? 90 degrees. So you know 35, so how are you going to find x?
35 minus something. X is our
Bingo. Do that.
I'm saying
Do that first. So I'm going to go over here, but you're only finding one angle.
I don't want that. You have Donald's chair.
Okay, give me 5, 4, 3. Why'd you do 96? 2, 1, 0. Okay, sorry if you didn't finish. Okay, I'm sorry this was a lot. I know I wasn't super on it. Okay, my turn. My turn. My turn. Okay, so there's a lot going on in this problem. But as I was just telling Kendall, part of math is knowing what parts to focus on and what parts to ignore. Okay? So there are parts of this problem that you can just simply ignore. Okay? So raise your hand, what are some parts that you can just ignore? Kendall?
70 and 20. I mean, and 20.
Can you tell me what angles those are?
The angles E, C, and F, and
Not C. Angle.
B, and F,
There you go. E, B, and F.
and angles C, B.
B, and C. Okay, good. Good. You can ignore those. Okay? So in other words, you can ignore this whole half of the figure. Okay?
It's 90 degrees.
Because it equals 90 degrees, but it has nothing to do with finding x over here. Okay? Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you included 70 or 20 in your equation somehow, it is incorrect. Okay? Because you can just ignore it. You're just finding this guy. Okay? So basically what we're doing, okay? Everybody watch closely. Basically what we're doing in our minds is erasing all of this. Okay? And just working with that angle. Does that make sense? Okay.
So we're not working on the angle B, or are we?
Well, B's part of it, but you know, like this is, what did I say this was? Did I give this one? No.
E. 75.
E. Okay. E. So all we have to do is find angle EBD. Okay? Everybody got that?
Yeah.
So
Which was E?
we know angle DBA. We need to find EBD. But what do these two angles add up together to? Go. 90. Raise your hand. What told you that? Nora.
So square instead of a.
Bingo. It's a square instead of an arc. So the only time that it wouldn't be 90 degrees is if it had arcs here. Okay? Because then that would mean that it's slightly less. But it is a 90-degree angle. Okay? So anyway, all together this equals 90. So what am I going to do with that 35? Raise your hand. Charlie, go ahead. Subtract it from 90. Good. So do 90 minus 35. Okay, what did you get for 90 minus 35? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Awesome.
55.
55. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so x equals what?
55.
55. All right. Cool. Nora.
And the way they check your answer, you can do now 55, 35, 50.
Good. Yeah, and check your answer. If you're not sure, go ahead and check. So you can add these together and make sure that they add up to 90, and that will get you your final answer. Okay? Do me a favor. Erase your board. Flip it over. Quickly. Good. Charlie's moving fast. Nice job, Charlie. Good. Dylan's already done. Thank you, Jenny. Adler's working on it. Love it. Okay. So, because Miss Witt confused you, that was my fault, okay? You will not have a problem that hard on any of the work that you're doing today, okay? But let me show you kind of what's going on, okay? And then you're going to do the problem set. Okay, is your problem set homework? No, you're just doing it in class. And then I'm going to give you the homework later, okay? So, it says, the directions say, write an equation and solve for the measure of angle x. Verify the measurement using a protractor. We won't do that today just because of time, okay? But you're just using numerics today, okay? Numerics meaning you're working with numbers. All right? Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of sometimes you're being distracted. Okay. All right. So number 1 says angle CBA is a right angle, okay? So listen very carefully. You're going to be confused, okay? Did they give you a square on this figure?
No.
No. But, okay, sometimes they won't give you a square and they'll just outright tell you it's a right angle, which is what happened here. Does everybody see that?
Yeah.
So sometimes they'll give you a square and you just have to assume it's a right angle, or sometimes they will tell you CBA is a right angle. Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a right angle. So we know that AB, let's make this D, okay? ABD is 45 degrees, okay? So DBC has to equal some odd amount for all of it together to equal 90, okay? Because it's a right angle. So this plus this has to equal 90. So 45 plus X has to equal 90, okay? So if you can think of your benchmark angles, okay? Ooh, throwing it back to last week. Benchmark angles. Does anybody know what, like you could solve this in your head. What would I add to 45 to get 90?
45.
Not quite 35. What is it, Avery?
45.
45, okay? So angle DBC just equals 45 degrees. Okay? So x equals 45 degrees. Okay? Everybody with me?
Yeah.
So that's all you have to do. If you have to do some math on the side, that's totally fine. But then it's going to have you write the equation yourself. Okay? So you have to say, okay, this plus this equals this. And then x equals this. Right? Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're ready for the problem set. It's only 4 problems, so it's really not that bad. Okay?
Can I go finish?